party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever.
Chrisean Rock recently caused a stir on the internet when she attacked Young Miami on Instagram for selling her to Diddy so he could use her in his freak offs. Because the revelation came right after Miami was exposed by a victim posing as Jane Doe in the ongoing trial, who claimed that Miami was Diddy's top freak-off queen and that she was actually earning the highest salary of all his side pieces. People didn't take it mildly at all and dragged her for dirt. Miami was getting around $250,000, which was later increased to $500,000. While Jane Doe said she was only getting about $10,000. It seems that Diddy raised Miami's monthly payment to $500,000 because, in addition to freaking out with him, she was also helping him cover up his misdeeds and providing him with prostitutes. One of whom was Chrisean Young. Miami became entangled in this situation. A while back, Lil Rod, one of Diddy's SA victims, filed a lawsuit against him. In the initial filing, he only talked about what Miami did to him, but he later amended it to disclose that, according to court documents, she had been paid up to $250,000 to commit a number of crimes, including smuggling drugs across state lines. For Diddy, Lil Rod claims he used narcotics to lace his drink at a Thanksgiving dinner Diddy invited him to in Miami, when he was too drunk to defend himself. He told Young Miami to have her cousin sign him while he watched and had a good time. According to Jones, Miami's cousin entered the bathroom while he was inside and began touching and verbally abusing him without getting his permission. As I mentioned earlier, Lil Rod later amended the lawsuit and added even more incriminating information about Young Miami. He claimed that she was among those who received a monthly fee from Diddy to work as his ex-workers, and he attached a few photos from that night showing Miami and her cousin having a wild time. As if these accusations weren't bad enough, he also claimed that she carried drugs for Diddy whenever he needed them, including his notorious pink has been mentioned frequently during his trial. In fact, it was among the items seized by the federal government from his hotel room the day he was arrested. It seems that he was planning another freakout on that day, but the police said it was not under their jurisdiction. Returning to Lil Rod, he claimed that Miami used to send this pink to Diddy via his private jet. The suit stated that Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would make sure that cash payments or money transfers were wired to former employees, including KK and Frankie Santelmo. Brendan Paul would be responsible for ensuring that workers received their cash payments. Robin Greenhill wired money to teenage Miamians Jade and Daphne Joy, who were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs's former workers, detailing the defendant's ongoing criminal activities. People were discussing this tea as soon as it was made public. There were rumors that Diddy was paying Miami up to $500,000 a month. At one point, they even ended their relationship because she wouldn't put up with it any longer, and they were clearly right. Do you recall when Miami boldly told Diddy's sidekick that all she had to do was call Diddy, and Gina would be on her knees eating her pee? I'm the mother of this house, and you little girls are under me. Why else would she do that so boldly over a fight that was never that serious?
Miami put out a tweet a while back and basically was into it with, I guess, one of Diddy's other women. And she basically said, if I wanted you to eat my cat, Diddy would have had you on your knees by now. Do you think that that was really like her telling on herself before she knew things were going to hit the fan?
No, I think that was her being herself because she's a dumb.
Damn.
I think she was just telling the truth because it's almost as rough as Nicki Minaj with females out here. I hear she lace front all the time. Snatching up and throwing them in her nasty twat. Like when I think of the title of her show, I'm like, is that what your victims be saying? Carisha, please?
Oh. Damn. Okay.
Please, Carisha, stop, Carisha, please. She likes that. That turns her on. Wild bitch. And her in the sexy red and the Sukianas and all this the saucy Santanas. The whole lot of them. Got sadists. I know a Punisher when I see one. I was a Punisher one time in my life. You know, it takes one to know one. And I used to be hard on but these, they doing I wouldn't do.
As word spread online, Carissa decided to join in as well. She revealed that Young Miami tried to convince Chrisean to accompany Diddy to his free coughs. She said that Miami went through a phase where she became close to Sean and took her out frequently. But she wasn't really sure why until Diddy was implicated, at which point she started to piece things together and discovered that Miami was trying to join Diddy's free cough girls, which is what they were doing to recruit Cone. You may remember that time when Diddy and a girl named Carisha were actively trying to get Rock to hang out with them.
Trying to recruit Chrisean. That's what Diddy and what's the girl Carisha was trying to recruit Rock. Remember that when they was heavily trying to get Rock to hang out with them? I think they was trying to recruit her. She got a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it on this podcast, and we're gonna get to the nitty gritty, all the gritty of the nitty, because it's necessary. I think them was trying to recruit her, because they remember they just had her pulling up to everything. Thought she about, do you love her? Yeah, remember? See what I'm saying? We don't. This podcast gonna be, because y'all know the mama know everything and everybody business, so we gonna find out on this podcast. We ain't gonna talk no shit about nobody. We ain't gonna mock nobody, but we definitely gonna explore the possibilities that was going on. Cause they kept calling her, remember, pull up to the birthday party, come over here and dance on Carisha. Remember that? I feel like they was trying to recruit that baby to be in on this. That makes, see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta have a podcast, cause I gotta get the on the table. Can't nobody get it on the table but my nosy, okay? Tasha K ain't she over there making up. I know we gonna get to the bottom of on this podcast. Tell me if I'm lying. Go on over there and tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they was trying to recruit that baby. They said, let's get her away from him. That's what they was doing. We gonna put a couple pounds of that on her and have her fly. They ain't gonna never suspect her.
Damn, that would make so much sense. That's why he grabbed him and he said, what did he say? He said, do you love her or she needs love? All she needs is love.
All she needs is love. Now, how about that? We're going to explore all the possibilities.
People initially believed Carissa was attempting to use her influence to push the matter aside. But after conducting research, they discovered receipts of what Carissa had been discussing, as well as an old video of Chrisean at one of Diddy's parties, where he kept leaning over and kissing her face. Chrisean appeared extremely uneasy and perplexed, so Cone was telling the story in another video from January of this year about how Diddy broke up with Baddies Lemieux, Plumber's executive producer. She claimed that Diddy invited her and Lemieux to his private room, which was directly behind his actual house. Apparently, this house was where some no phones were permitted at that house, and Lemieux was not even permitted to bring his security with him after private incidents that many believe were his free coughs. As soon as she and Lemieux entered the room to meet Diddy, Chrisean claimed that Diddy grabbed him by the collar for underpaying her for being baddies. When I originally heard this, I was completely perplexed because what does she get? Lemieux's underpayment was related to Diddy. But given that Diddy was attempting to convert Chrisean to his way of life, it is suggested that was merely a ploy to give Chrisean a sense of security in his care. Chrisean added that after that day, she and Lemieux began to have issues, but he began to pay her.
Never forget that motherfucking day, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that. Cause what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table. That little party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the, cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek. Early on in the party or whatever. We just wanted to follow up. I'm glad that you Sean. And then he grabbed Lemmy by his neck and was like, but do you with her? Like, don't play with her. All she need is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that till
her well. Interview 940-1055. That, as seen with Cassie and his second victim. Diddy's strategy up to this point was to persuade Kay that she deserved more, and that he was the one who would make it happen for her. When Diddy was jailed, Jane Doe, whom I previously spoke about, also attested that he used the same tactic to get her. As you may remember, Young Miami had also been seeing Diddy since 2022 until the feds nabbed him. Thus, she knew Jane Doe's name. Jane Doe revealed that she had been seeing him from 2021 to 2024. Doe's story is exactly the same as Cassie's, with the exception that, unlike Cassie, Jane acknowledged that she chose to stay with Diddy because he was paying her rent and that he would give her more than $1 per month if she did everything he asked of her, including the freak-offs. She repeatedly told Diddy that she didn't want to do any of it, but he simply gaslighted her, reminding her who was paying the bills and saying that if she left, he would stop doing all of that. Suddenly, when she saw photos of him hanging out with Young Miami and Turks, she decided to leave him. However, it turned out that he didn't take her because she refused to go out with him, so he took Miami instead. This caused Miami to get side-eye from many people because it implied that she was cool with the antics and agreed to go out with Diddy as long as the money came in. If she hadn't been out here allegedly trying to get innocent girls like Sean to join, people wouldn't have cared, and they dragged her in this way. I want to know what you think about Young Miami allegedly recruiting people for Diddy, and do you think they were really trying to get on? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to click here to watch this other messy music video. Someone said that recruiting Rock would have been a mistake because Rock wouldn't keep a secret. Another person said that they need to get Lemmy and Natalie next. Young Miami is doing this for Diddy, and Natalie is doing this for Lemmy. The whole industry is acting strangely.